Hello, welcome back. This is another video, second so far. Am I gonna keep counting them up? Nah, because I'll lose track. This is yet another video on the channel. So, today what I want to talk about is what is your ultimate goal? What is your ultimate goal in music production? Of course, first and foremost, this goal might change, you know. Right now it could be you just want to make beats for clubs, beats for friends. I don't know. There's a million and one things you might want to be doing, or just one. Um, I think it's good to have an ultimate goal, and also to try and really diversify what it is you can do in music production, because you can always bring anything you've learned back to that specific genre that you want to focus on. So if you just want to make, trap beats and things, and who knows, is trap gonna last another 20 years? Maybe it might sound too old, and if that's all you've ever focused on, yeah, there might not be too much you can bring to the table when you start to, develop and grow, compared to focus on trap beats, but also learning other things on the side that might influence, might not, might you might be saving that for your career. Again, if this is just a hobby, then maybe that doesn't matter so much, but no idea is a bad idea, right? Meaning you can learn something you might think you won't use, and then all of a sudden you incorporate it, and your trap beat sounds fresh as boo. Anyway, I'm not gonna swear, don't want to get kicked or something. You know what I'm saying? So just be open, son. So what is your ultimate goal gonna be? Only you can answer that. So the best way to approach it for my video for you would be just to explain my thinking, my reasoning behind what it is I do, what I'm trying to do, and that kind of thing. So I started out as a DJ. Somebody who had a set of decks and got into music college and didn't know how to play or do anything except DJ, and not very good DJ double beats kind of thing, back in the day when it was just turntables and there was no assistance, shall we say. So yeah, and then I realized how much I really enjoyed kind of learning. Oh, this guy on the guitar playing this thing, and I could use that, but I can't play guitar. And this guy on drums doing this thing, and I can't play drums, and how to do that, and trying to go away and find out how can I do what they do or get the results that they are being able to produce, and how can I get that so that I can make a whole song. Because back then, a lot of these people were, if they got a guitar, that's all they wanted to do and all they wanted to know. Same with drums, that kind of thing. It was very rare 20 odd years ago, well, in my circles, for someone to want to be a jack of all trades, in the sense of being a producer, being able to make an entire song either on your own or knowing how to get that done. Um, and that is ultimately what I think everybody should try to aim for, is to be able to produce something entirely on your own. There's no doubt the more people you can add, the more professionals and things like that, the better your track, your music's going to be. 100%, getting a professional mastering engineer, for example, or mixing specialist or whatever, these guys are invaluable, and they shouldn't be like overlooked or anything as dinosaurs, because they provide a really really good service, um but yeah, essentially I wanted to get into that position where I could make an entire song. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, yeah, we're on Instagram, RTMA Studio, so let's link up over there too. You can ask some questions, message, let's network and stuff. So yeah, here on my screen here, I've got a track open already, just to give an example. So I actually do live in Japan. This is where I'm based, and I'm not Japanese, obviously, by the accent and the, you know, the look, the big hairy face, and the white, well, sumo. Anyway, so yeah, I'm in Japan here. I haven't studied any Japanese arts. I haven't studied any Japanese music and things, and um, I'm not particularly into anything in Japan. I'm married. I've got kids here. I didn't come over because of anime or all the rest of it. If you want to know why, I mean, ask in the comments if you're interested, and I'll tell you why I came to Japan. But essentially, you know, I don't really know much about this country, and I've hadn't really studied. So, with that being said, I'm still at a point where I'm able to produce a Japanese sounding track for a client or for a particular need. And again, it was all because of what I was saying about learning how to get to the point where you can make what it is you would like or need to make as a music producer, whether it's all you directly or some of it's, you know, session musicians or samples or whatever that is. How can you, as a producer, produce, you know? So I'll let you hear. This is called original Fuji, right? You know, as if I couldn't think of a more unique name. So I think it was the track was ultimately called Road to Mount Fuji. So cringy. Right, here we go. So, oh, again, organic. That's what I mean. Yeah, I'll stop it there. Ooh. So, regardless if you like it or not, the point is, you know, that you're able to hit the nail on the head to deliver that type of sound, that genre, that production that you were aiming for, and not just struggle with, you know, being isolated into one genre, one style, because that's all you know. Um, Obviously this is a combination of techniques, it's a combination of experiences, but it's also a combination of the right sound libraries and building that kind of thing up. So again, in future videos we'll talk through all that kind of thing, but yeah, it is important to understand your goals because it'll help you not waste your money. If you are dead set on only being involved in the electronic sphere, let's say, you know, let's include trap, house, you know, techno, that kind of stuff. If that's the only thing you're going to focus on, then you might need not need to worry about like a lot of different variation in potential sounds and instruments that you have. Again, nothing should be off the table. There's no reason why you can't try and use an orchestra in a house track, for example, or even in, you know, trap track or whatever, but it can save you a lot of money if you have decided what that goal is. And again, if it changes in the future, you can, change with that and get what you need. But yeah, essentially figure out what it is you want to do. Um, my recommendation is to be a jack of all trades at the start to really learn your craft, and it also helps you to experiment. Like how do you do XYZ? How do you create something that's in a different time signature from 4/4 or whatever? It's like, yeah, you can be faced with those issues when you have to go outside of your genre. Like a lot of classical music and stuff is it doesn't even have the same build. It's not like verse, chorus, that kind of thing. So it's just really useful to try and broaden your horizons and be open to create. So here's a challenge for you, music producer, new guy, or even veterans too. You, in 1 week, have to create, let's see, you have to create a bossa nova track. Doesn't matter how long it is, doesn't matter whatever. You have to create a bossa nova track, okay? I don't care what it sounds like, whatever, as long as you can turn around and say, yep, it's in the kind of bossa nova sphere. If that means you have to research what that is, if that means you have to research how to get that type of sound and then to create it, create it. Set yourself that as your challenge, as your homework. Maybe you're not making it for anybody to show to anybody, but it's the idea that you're going to learn something, you're going to train on it, you're going to do a bit of research, try and make it. You might think it sounds like an absolute piece of garbage or something, but you tried, you went for that, you realize how difficult it is, and then you might also think outside the box of how to get the result that you want, or the quality that you wanted to be at. It also might frustrate you, like, why can't I do this? And then it'll start to show you the holes that you might have in your game, so to speak, you know, um, and then you can address those holes and plug them and fix them, whatever, by studying up and what have you. But if you set yourself goals like that, like make a song in this particular genre that you have no idea about, or you don't even like that type of music or care for it, or it even seems too difficult, do it anyway, try it, and it's all part of your self-study. Because if you're not doing that and you're only creating just to kind of like, you know, hope to release it, you might never release anything. So I don't know, just try and set yourself goals like that. So there you go, bossa nova track. Try and get it done. If you do, you got to comment and share the link so we can all hear it. If you want, of course, if you want, right? Because it might be so bad you don't want us to hear it, but it might be so awesome that you've just realized bossa nova is your thing and you love it and you're good at it, and we all want to hear it. So yeah, uh let us know in the comments, and thanks very much. Peace, and see you in the next one.